In this video, I'm going to show you how to shift powerfully out of anxiety and back to your true self. This is the gentle wake-up call you need. I don't hear people talking about this enough, and I think it is so, so important. Now, if you love my videos, make sure you hit subscribe so you can hear all the latest and keep up to date. And listen to the Anxiety Reset podcast too, if you want more of those longer extrapolations on these concepts. All right, let's dive into it. So I need you to understand something. This is what I see holding people back so much, and it's so unnecessary. So if you can just come to this concept with an open mind, I might be able to change your life right now. Listen up. The thing we have to come to terms with is that when it comes to managing anxiety, especially high functioning anxiety, there's a part of it we like. There's a part of it we don't want to get rid of. There's a part of you holding on to this anxiety because not only are you addicted to it, but you see it serving you. You see it offering you some kind of value. Sometimes this is subconscious, and I really get to this using hypnotherapy when I work with people, but you can access it consciously too if you pay attention, and you can really bring that awareness to yourself, getting really honest with yourself right now. What is it about anxiety that serves you? What is it about the stress that you like? Now, I know from my own experience, stress can feel powerful sometimes. It can feel like we've got control. It can feel like this out of control, crazy world is somehow controllable. You know, when you get really stressed out about the house being in a certain order, and, you know, maybe you've got a specific dishwasher stacking style. I know my sister does, and she really gets annoyed when I try to stack it differently. It gives us a sense of control, but it's creating stress, right? It's creating a sense of anxiety. But there's something we get out of it that benefits us. And when we can get to this, you can really start to shift out of it and make sure that those negative parts of it aren't impacting you too. You know what? We get to keep some of the good parts of high functioning anxiety. We don't have to get rid of all of it. We can keep the big dreams. We can keep the motivation, but let's just get rid of the self-doubt. Let's get rid of the controlling parts that pinch off your joy in life and your satisfaction. Let's kind of get realistic and aware of the parts so that are constantly moving the goalposts. So you're never satisfied, it's never enough, and you're constantly chasing your tail. Now, anxiety often gives us this other benefit too. It makes us feel like we are doing a good job, right? So if we're hyper vigilant and we're very, very organized and we're always working really, really hard, we think that we're doing a better job. But you and I both know, and if you really reflect on this, how much of your hard work and not allowing yourself to rest and regenerate and take care of yourself properly is kind of unnecessary and not really achieving your aim. You know, most of us could probably knock out a really productive day in 4 hours if we just concentrated really hard, but we tend to spend 8 hours. We tend to spend 10 hours a day because so much of that time is full of us doing unnecessary things. Maybe you write up a plan that wasn't even needed. Maybe you spend ages drafting this email and you could have just sent two sentences, but the perfectionism and the caring what people think and the needing to do a really, really, really good job stops you from being efficient. Right? So there's parts of anxiety that we believe are helping us. There's the other part of it where we think, if I stop caring what people think, if I stop being a perfectionist, maybe I'll lose something. Maybe people won't like me. Maybe that'll feel bad. Maybe I won't feel good. And this is where it gets really interesting, because that fear of not feeling good is something that anxiety is often there to try and protect us from. But in it, we're creating anxiety, and that doesn't feel good. So it's this kind of self-perpetuating thing. I don't want to feel bad feelings, so I'll try and control my life so that I don't feel the bad feelings. And in the over control of your life, and they're not letting go and they're not flowing with life and surrendering to life and enjoying life, we don't feel good. So Now that you're aware of where you are wanting to hold on to the anxiety and the stuff that's not serving you, because this is good stuff. This is really important. I want you to confront the other part of it. And this takes a real level of bravery and self-honesty. So I just want to honor that for you, that you're doing this with me. Well done. Confront the part of yourself that likes being the victim, that likes being the one that's got anxiety, that likes being the one that is maybe can't do the things that other people do. Maybe that's the story you tell yourself. In victimhood, we get a sense of power too. In staying the same, staying this person with anxiety and there's nothing I can do about it and that's just who I am and, you know, that's it for me, poor me. We feel significant. We feel powerful. In the part of us that says, well, it's all too hard because my parents weren't loving to me, or I, you know, can't think kinder thoughts to myself. It's just too hard. It's just too hard. What are you gaining out of that? Often we're gaining a quick path to something easier. It's easier to say that, isn't it? To just say it's too hard. I can't do it. I can't spend an hour or 2 hours a week on this. I can't listen to an audio track every day helping me with this. Why not? Is it really that hard? Or are you just telling yourself that because that easy path keeps you stuck in these parts of anxiety that you actually like, that you want to hold on to? This is our friend resistance. And resistance is the part of us that self-sabotages, the part of us that even though you try, you think, I'm going to meditate every day for the next month, and then you just don't do it. Or I'm going to go to bed early tonight, and you just don't do it. It's resistance. And resistance, let's get really wise on resistance. And remember, there's no shame in this. This is not about, you know, trying to make you feel bad. It's about trying to wake you up to how powerful you can be. You don't have to be a victim to all this anymore. I want you to see what's possible for you. So resistance is really a part of us that's waiting for someone else to come and save us. It's that little child in you that wishes mum and dad had come tell you to go to bed, because then maybe you'd feel loved, because then maybe you'd feel enough. Then maybe you'd feel cared for in the ways that you weren't. And this happens, by the way, very commonly, even when we feel like we had pretty good parents. There were still moments your needs weren't met. There were still moments when they weren't there for you. And there's still a part of us wanting to check, is someone else going to come save me? Is someone else going to be there for me? The thing is, only you can save you. And that doesn't mean you're alone in life. That just means that you have the power. You have the control here. You're the one making the choices. You're the one that's got to save you. And that doesn't mean, by the way, do it all on your own. As I said, you're not alone, because it's still you making the choice to reach out for help. It's you making the choice to connect to others. When you want to isolate and withdraw, making the choice to lean in, to do something different, to help yourself, to do the thing that serves you, to speak the kind words to yourself, to catch yourself in a moment where you're being really nasty to yourself, where you're putting all this pressure on yourself, and say, no, I'm going to try the other way. I'm going to give myself a hug. I'm going to tell myself kind words. When we confront this part of ourselves, we get into this nitty gritty, you get to take back your power. It's just about being aware of it. You don't have to do much else with it. And then starting to nurture and nourish that connection, starting to be more and more aware so that you can start making choices that serve you. Now, if this is resonating with you, if you feel excited about this and you're like, oh my God, this is what I need, go check out the Anxiety Reset program. We go through this whole process in depth over 90 days. And we really get to the subconscious mind on this as well, which is the powerful part that is kind of formulating these unconscious habits that you can't seem to break, especially when it comes to not being able to say kind words to yourself, not being able to say things like a quick test of this, by the way, is just saying to yourself out loud right now, seeing how uncomfortable you feel when you say, I love myself, or you just imagine, just say, I love you to yourself. Say it in the mirror and feel how uncomfortable that feels. Now, for me, it feels super easy because I say it all the time and I know how beneficial it is for me. And it's just like the most familiar thing ever. If it's not familiar to you, it's going to feel uncomfortable. And that's how you know there's a part of your mind that has been trained to do the opposite, to criticize you at all costs so that you can feel a sense of control in this world that ultimately isn't keeping you safe, but there's a part of you that believes it is. So you damn well deserve more in your life. There is a part of you that wants more. Go save yourself. You can save yourself. Be your own hero. You can do it. I believe in you. And I know you can do it because I see everyone do it. Everyone I work with can do this. And you are no different. Don't believe the lie that you're the different one, that you're the one who can't be helped. It doesn't serve you and it's keeping you stuck. It's just a program in your mind. So I hope this has been really exciting and empowering to help you shift out of anxiety and fear and into that part of you. It's going to get damn well go claim that life that you deserve. You deserve a life where you feel excited and in love with your life and you feel fulfilled and you know that you truly feel proud of yourself and who you are as a person beyond the accolades, beyond the external stuff. You just love you for you. What a liberating way that is to live your life. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you're subscribed, share this with your friends. I absolutely love sharing this stuff with you guys, and I'll chat to you soon.